Hey family, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Zarinah Elizabeth, and this is a lifestyle channel where we talk about everything faith, fitness, motherhood, and everything in between. And if you are a returning subscriber or a family member, hey family, I missed you and I am glad to see you back. As you can tell from the title of this video, you know why we're here. Your girl has put on a few pounds. Unfortunately, it happens to the best of us, and I think I just got a little too comfortable and I let summer get the best of me. So where do we go from here? What happens when you gain weight on your weight loss journey? And this is what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be giving you a few tips and things to do in order to get back on the horse and continue down your weight loss journey. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that you need to identify when you have put on some pounds in the midst of your weight loss journey, completely unintentional pounds, is, for one, be real with yourself and realize sometimes denial can, can put off our weight loss, and we'll continue to gain weight because we're in denial that we're actually gaining instead of losing. We're going in the wrong direction. So don't beat yourself down, but be real with yourself. Look at yourself and realize, wait, hold up. Like, I'm a little too fluffy. This is not just water weight. Like, you just have to be real with yourself about a few things. And so that's going to be the first thing. Realize and be real with yourself that you've put on a few pounds. Realize that you're going in the wrong direction and stop there. Don't be one of those people where it's a woe is me. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, it's too hard. What am I going to do? Realize that you fell off and immediately say, okay, I got to get back up. I got to get back on the horse. I got to do what I have to do, because the journey is not always going to be linear. It's going to be all around, back and forth. You'll have plateaus, you'll gain, you'll lose. So you have to be in it for the long haul. Remember, it's a lifestyle change and not just a diet. The next thing that you want to do is identify your triggers. What were some of the triggers, or what were some of the things that you think might have happened along the way that caused you to gain instead of lose or even plateau? For me, I think I got too comfortable. I felt like, I got this. And I stopped doing all of the things that I knew that I should have done because I thought that, I was in control, and really I let things get out of control. I know for me, that was one of the things, and I fell completely out of routine, and that is not the way to go. So realize what your triggers are, realize what are some of the things that you did wrong, and let's start to correct those things. So now that you've realized, okay, I'm gaining weight and not losing, and here are some of the areas where I think I lost control or I failed and why I started to gain weight. Now it's, what do we do to lose the weight? And the answer is going to be, go back to square one. Start from the beginning. What were some of the things that you were doing that was successful? Which is why it's important to journal what you were eating, what you were doing, so that you know where things were working, where maybe you started to gain, where you started to plateau, so you can know what you can revisit. You can know what was working for you and what wasn't working for you. So we're just going to go back to the basics. We are going to start drinking water, because I definitely slacked off on my water consumption. We are going to go back to intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is so clutch when it comes to losing weight, because the longer your body is in a fasted state, the more deep into ketosis your body is able to go. And so when it's in ketosis, it's basically using the fat to operate off of. It's burning fat. It's burning the fat that you wanted and using fat as energy. And that is what's causing you to lose the weight at a quicker pace. So going back to intermittent fasting, although I've still been intermittent fasting, I wasn't doing as long of a time frame. Sometimes I was snacking into the night hours, and then I might not have started eating until, the afternoon, but I had snacked later into the evening than what I normally would have. So my fasting window was shortened. So getting back to intermittent fasting, cutting out the snacks. And even though my shopping didn't change, I didn't start buying all of these cookies and things like that, it's just that I was getting extra empty calories from things that I was eating later in the day. And for one, we know that we shouldn't be eating too late into the evening, because when you are at a point in the day where you're more sedentary, you need to cut the calories, because that food is just sitting there rather than being burnt off. So what I will stop doing is stop snacking later into the evening. So I'm going to be more rigid with my cutoff window. Sometimes I think for me, even though I might have been eating fruit, it was 12 o'clock at night. Why are you eating anything at that point? Yes, it's fruit. And that was another thing, is just oh, well, it's healthy. But these are extra added calories when you've already consumed the amount of calories that you should have consumed. And now you're just adding more calories to it, healthy or not, right? So that's also going to lead me into tracking. So back to tracking food, you guys. Opening up my app, tracking my food, tracking my calories. All of these things are super important when trying to stay on point, especially when you don't realize how much you're eating. So I am one that has been more of a snacker than anything. And like I said, even when it's been a healthy snack, it might have been in excess. So I didn't grab 2 or 3 grapes to just put something in my mouth. It might have been a whole thing of grapes, a whole bowl of cherries. And again, even though it's fruit, it's 12 o'clock at night. I shouldn't be eating at that point. My eating window had closed hours ago. Why am I eating? I would wake up, can't sleep, and then go snack. So, things like that. And then also I'm feeling the after effects of, excessive eating that I did while on vacation. I was drinking beers, which are just empty calories. Beer is full of calories. And although I knew that I wanted to enjoy myself, and that's okay, you can do those things. Just understand what the repercussions are. And don't beat yourself up when it happens. Anticipate it happening and already have a plan set in place of what you're going to do to, counteract that, or just get right back on track. So what did we already discuss? We discussed admitting our problem, right? And figuring out our triggers. What are we going to introduce, or what are we going to do? Go back to square one. So we're going to add water. We're going to go back to intermittent fasting. We are going to cut out the snacks. We are going to keep rigid times. And another thing that I wasn't doing nearly as consistently as I was is working out and being active. I have a sedentary lifestyle. I work from home. I have to sit and be at my computer all day for work. So I haven't been nearly as active as I need to be. Walking the dog has even been shorter time frames than normal, because for one, it's hot. She's hot. She doesn't want to go as far. I don't want to go as far because it's been excessively hot the entire summer. And then, I also have my daughter, which makes walking the dog not as pleasurable for me, because they're both chasing after each other and I'm being pulled. So I've been keeping the walks shorter with Milan. So I haven't been getting nearly as much activity. I have try to wake up earlier, walk on my treadmill. As you guys know, if you've seen one of my most recent 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. routines, which is what I do try to do. It's just not every day. So what I need to do is get back more consistent with a workout regimen and stick to it. So that's what I'll be doing, increasing my steps back to 10K steps a day and trying to get in a workout. And whether that workout be cardio, whether it be lifting, whether it be a combination, HIIT, whatever it is that we're gonna do, stick to that. Also, of course, eating a balanced diet. Eating a balanced diet is gonna be super, super important because your body needs nutrition, and you need to feed your body what it needs in order to be successful at whatever it is you're going to do. So balancing the protein with the carbs. Remember, protein is going to keep you filled and satisfied longer than carbs. Carbs is sugar and can be burnt off a lot more easier. So making sure it's a balanced meal of protein, carbs, vegetables to keep me satisfied and satiated as long as possible, so that I'm limiting the amount of times that I am eating. Okay, so that is something as well. And then finding an accountability partner. Who is going to hold you accountable? Who is doing it with you? Is there somebody that you can partner with that is, ready to get into the fire with you and work out with you and hold you accountable and encourage you when you feel discouraged or you feel lazy? Who is going to be that person for you? Finding activities to get into. You guys, I joined like this hikers group, and I'm looking forward to my first hike. I have to get like some hiking equipment and stuff like that before I go out, but I look forward to the first time I actually venture out doing it, because for one, I've wanted to hike for so long. Two, I'll get to meet new people. Three, it'll be great exercise that may not necessarily feel like exercise. It'll be something from the norm of the treadmill and the, kickboxing and that kind of thing that I typically do. So finding something that works for you, finding a routine that works for you, finding a workout program that works for you are all of the things that you're going to need to be able to get back on track and be running with it. So those are the things that I'm going to do, you guys. How have you guys been doing over this summer? Have you been maintaining? Have you gained? Have you lost weight? Congratulations to those of you that have been maintaining and have even lost weight over the summer. And even for those of you who have gained weight over the summer like myself, do not feel discouraged, you guys. It happens to the best of us. Let's get back on track and do what we need to get started. So what I'm going to do probably in the next video is roll out an actual maybe like challenge to kind of get us started. I don't know how long we're gonna do it, maybe 7 to 14 days to get us like back in a routine of doing something. Of course, I'll be doing it, and you joining in will be totally optional, but hopefully you will join me on this challenge. But I'm excited. It's a challenge. My birthday is coming in November. I want to drop, a good amount of weight before then. So I'm definitely going to be motivated to get this weight that I regained, which has been about 10 pounds, and get this off plus some extra in time for my birthday. So I will share with you guys what that challenge is going to be. Hopefully you all will join me, and I'll catch you guys when the next video drops. I appreciate you if you've made it to this point in the video, and if you have, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up, drop a comment for me in the box below. Let me know, have you maintained, have you gained, have you lost, and are you down for a challenge with me? And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, subscribe, join the tribe. We are a whole vibe, and let's go ahead and get healthy together. I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.